let's roll.
Coach, you got a 4-1 win here. Talked about it coming in at this state tournament, what you learned last year coming, and it seems like you were pretty well rested. Were able to get a little bit of rest. Let's talk about the game plan coming in.
I think the experience coming in was being able to manage the emotions of being at an event like this, and looking over and seeing such a large crowd there supporting you. I think that last year had a little bit of effect on us, and we used a lot of energy early, but this year I think the boys managed it very well. The game plan was to keep the ball moving and to not allow Morgantown to use their athleticism to cause us problems, and I thought we did a very good job of that.
It was contrasting this with the regular season matchup. You guys started fast, 2-0 at halftime, whereas it took a half to get settled in. And you talked about after the game, defense is usually ahead of offense that time of year. Talk about the offensive game plan coming in.
It was to get multiple players involved and to not get stuck on one side of the field, and to make sure that we used our width and our athleticism and our technical ability on the outside to create some overloads and open up the middle of the field for us. Because if we're going to make them choose, were they going to just stay in a 2v1 with people on the outside, or were they going to bring people over to deal with overloads? And if they did that, then we knew there would be space open in the middle of the field.
You guys must have an incredible record when you score first, at least in the last couple of years. I know you do. So you score, Scott scores, going to penalty kick. They had the same situation down here. They weren't able to convert. How big was that sequence right there when they weren't able to answer that maybe 8-10 minutes later?
That was very big, because that takes it from 2-0 to 2-1, and then it changes a lot of the feelings on both benches. They end up getting a lot of energy from it and some drive, and I don't want to say hope, but some positive, something positive out of how well they played in the first half. But then, when they missed the penalty kick and Bryson's able to collect the ball off the rebound, then we get that huge energy boost and that jump, and lets us, be like, ooh, we get that little scare, a little shock, and we've made it through it, and so then we're able to use that energy after that.
Talk about Morgantown's strategy a little bit, what you saw from them. It seemed pretty obvious they were wanting to keep the ball out, kick it out as far as possible, keep it down on their end, but talk about their strategy, what you saw.
Yeah, I think they were trying to bypass not just their midfield, but ours as well. Our midfield's very good, and I definitely understand that train of thought, and their two forwards are good players, and they're hoping that they can get some type of combination against my back three to be able to score, and luckily our guys handled it very well, and I think they had four shots on goal, and got the one, and I thought that they played really well.
Did you kind of expect that from them?
Yeah, we had a pretty good idea that that's what was going to happen, and just the way the guys read the play by Morgantown and understanding where they needed to be and always supporting each other was really good.
The 3 state tournament wins you guys have are all rematches of regular season games. It's also a testament to the schedule you play, but can you just kind of elaborate on your information gathering process and improve upon it? Because you went 0-2 of those regular season matchups last year, 2-0 in postseason, and you've won both of them. So what's that process like for you and building off of it, being more successful?
Well, I think it's definitely watching the film and seeing things that we did well, things that the other team did well against us. Looking at the mistakes that were made, were they just small technical mistakes? Were they tactical mistakes that we need to make changes through? And it's also it's talking to other coaches throughout the year. What did you see when you guys played, and what's changed, and getting the new information throughout the season. We played Hurricane and Morgantown very early in the season. They're both different teams than they were in August. We're a different team they were in August. And, we had Wheeling Park, not too long ago. So the film's pretty fresh, but, we're gonna watch this one, and I'm sure both teams have some new things in store.
Steve, Ali Forgali had a goal taken away late in the first, but you come back out, and I think it was Vasconi that scored your third goal. How big was that situation? Because you got that goal back, and it kind of really didn't give Morgantown much hope that they could remain in the match.
Yeah, the early goal in the second half is huge. I mean, that's, you just come out from a halftime talk and you talk to your team about what you're going to do to try and get back in the game, and get the first goal, and within 45 seconds you're down 3-0, and it just changes everything. And we talked at halftime that the next goal was going to be very, very big. It was either going to give them energy or it was going to give us energy, and getting the early goal like that on such a good combination of play from the free kick was excellent.
Kind of talk about the overall health of your group. I mean, you've had to battle some injuries this year. Feel like in pretty good shape going into Saturday?
Yeah, I think everybody's doing just fine. We're going to take this extra couple hours of rest that we get, and we're going to give the boys the morning and most of the afternoon, and then we'll get together tomorrow afternoon and get a nice recovery session in and talk about the game plan.
Can you talk a little bit about the double duty that both Umberger and Radford pull, being kickers on the football team, but also main contributors to the soccer program?
Yeah, I mean, listen, those guys are just phenomenal athletes, and they're dedicated to performing at their best for both teams. We look at managing minutes if we can. If one of them's got a little nick, then most of that managing's in practices and things like that, so that there's not overuse. And Coach Surratt and Coach Umberger with the football team do a very good job of managing practice times and game situations and things like that. So I think the boys understand what they're supposed to do. Both coaching staffs understand what needs to be done so that they can both perform at the top of their game for both teams.
Appreciate it, Steve.
Steve, thank you.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.